In the very first video that I posted, I didn't explain that I was holding a chart up and it was backwards. I've attempted to make one that will show up correctly, and I'll also try to insert charts so that, but I won't be able to point to the charts that I insert as JPEGs. But here's again the basic flat chart, beginning with, it's divided into 12, it's a full circle. Each astrological sign is approximately 30 degrees, each of the 12, starting with Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. As I said, the chart is divided. This is the ascendant, the beginning point of the chart, and this is then each of these pie shapes is called a house. I talk about it as Joan March and Marion McEvers. Let's see. Or is it Marion March and Joan McEvers in their very excellent book, which you can't help but see backwards, The Only Way to Learn Astrology, Volume 1. This is not how I learned astrology, but it is the best book I have ever seen for how to learn astrology, because it really attempts to show you how you put it all together, as opposed to just teaching you. I mean, it's so many teaching you like what everything means, and then you're kind of left to try to make some sense of it. One of the things that they make a big point of is that it's important to know the players, the chart, the planets, the signs, and the different qualities to each of these players and the different ways they interact and act, which would be the aspects for one. And but it's important to see, like, primarily how they all work together, to have some sense of like who the main players are, but how the main player can be outweighed by groups of other players. As I said, you should get your astrological chart done. When you do, it will, let's see, so this is going to be backwards, but for example, this is the astrological chart for today. Now, this is the ascendant for right now, and it's 9 degrees Gemini. But when I hold it up to you, it should be on the left side. You know, you read from left to right, the way people do. So you can see that right now there's a lot of planets up here, which to you looks like the 9th house, but is actually over here the 10th house. 10th house, which shows a strong emphasis right now at this particular time and place in San Francisco on kind of public activity. That's just a chart for now. If somebody was born at this particular time, in this particular place, this would be their astrological chart. But you can see that the planets, the most important thing to see about it is that these little marks are the planets. Those are the signs that they're in. That they, like, for example, there's no planets here. Now, sometimes a person's chart will have planets spread out all over. Sometimes there'll be planets in a big group like this. This is called a stellium. Sometimes they'll be spread out over this half or this half or this. So one thing that I talk about is, given that the ascendant, the rising sign, now this is the way it would look to you. This is the left-hand side. This point, right on the flat chart, that would be Aries, the first sign. This is like the sunrise. But it's also considered that the planets above, these are the daytime chart, the daylight, and these are nighttime. So this is considered more public, and these are considered more private. The houses, the areas, which is, again, March and McEvers talk about it like a play. The planets are the actors, the astrological sign that they're in is the role that they're playing, and the house, each of these little pie shapes, is like the setting, the mise en scène, the area that the planet is most comfortable acting in. I spoke about the planets. I went through the signs, that there are fire signs, that the planets divide into the 4 elements: fire, earth, air, and water. And that each of the fire signs are considered, they form a triplicity. There's 12 planets, 4 elements, that's 3 fire signs, 3 air signs, 3 earth signs, 3 water signs. Those 3 signs are said to get along with each other. So if your sun sign is a Sagittarius, you are said to get along with Aries and Leos. That, again, we look at the whole chart, not just the sun sign. But let's say, for example, that you have the sun in Sagittarius and the moon in Leo around the same degree. This is considered a beneficial relationship between your sun and your moon. And given that the sun and the moon are the 2 strongest planets, generally speaking, in the chart, this makes things easier for you in some way. And let's say your rising sign is Aries. Well, then you have actually what's called a grand trine, which is very, very favorable, but it also means you're able to express yourself true to who you are and what you feel. That's a very, very positive aspect. So the fire signs are Aries, Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. And the earth signs are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. And the air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Each of these groups, the signs can also be divided into 3 qualities. So again, there are 12 signs, 3 qualities. That means there's 4 to each of them, 1 for each of the fire, earth, air, and water. The qualities are cardinal, mutable, and I keep thinking stubborn, but that's not it. Oh my God, cardinal, mutable, and it's not stable. It's not, what is it, fixed? Oh my God, right, fixed. That's what happens when you get in front of a camera. You start forgetting these really easy things. So the cardinal signs, cardinal, like cardinal numbers, means first. The cardinal signs come first. They are the signs that start off each season. The fixed signs are in the middle. They're the signs that are, you know, the core element of each season, and the mutable signs are at the end. So they're the ones that, where it's transitioning from one sign to one season to another. They have qualities of that sort. The cardinal signs are said to be active and initiating. The fixed signs are said to be stubborn. And the mutable signs are said to be flexible and mutable, able to kind of go with the flow. And each of these qualities, the fixed signs are said to not get along with each other. The cardinal signs are said to not get along with each other. And similarly, the mutable signs. Again, this is sort of general. They have qualities that are at odds with each other, but in everybody's chart, there will be usually some of all of them. So it also speaks to the certain kinds of issues of character that you yourself have. The cardinal signs are, and I will show you on the chart, because they are opposite each other, you can see that they form what is called a square. So the cardinal signs are Aries, and then which is opposite Libra, and Cancer, which is opposite Capricorn. All right. The fixed signs are Taurus, which is opposite Scorpio, and Leo, which is opposite Aquarius. And the mutable signs are Gemini, which is opposite Sagittarius, and Virgo, which is opposite Pisces. So each of these, you can see they form a square. If you go from Taurus to, let's see, we're going to Taurus, to Leo, to Scorpio, to Aquarius, and then back down. That's a square. Whereas it forms a trine if you go from Taurus to Virgo to Capricorn back down. Those are the favorable aspects are called trines, and a challenging aspect is called a square. So each of these signs, the earth signs, the earth fixed sign, Taurus, would be said to be of all of the earth signs the most solid in a way. The most, one could say that in a bad aspect, one could say stuck in the mud, and in a good aspect, one could say grounded and stable, reliable. Scorpio, similarly for the water sign. Water is a fairly mobile sign anyhow, but that would give the Scorpios the famous Scorpio intensity. That's a good start for now. I was going to try to keep these short, and this is already 10 minutes, and we'll go more into each of the signs next time.